What's up, boys and girls? This is the Gypsy. I'm back at it again. Gypsy King, that is, because it changed it. All respect to the true Gypsy King, which is Tyson Fury, but it's just the channel name. Nothing to it. Gangster rap, maybe do it. So, yeah, this fight, bro, I've been talking about this fight for quite a bit. I mean, my other videos, I've been saying that Kambosos is gonna beat the crap out of this so-called skillful fighter, which he really isn't that skillful, honestly. Like, he's so overrated, it's not even funny, bro. Haney is such an overrated fighter, bro. You guys have him so high up tier. I don't know why. I have no clue. I mean, Stevenson, I could understand. Stevenson, the kid that's like one weight below. I think he's on 130, right? 130, whatever he's at. I really don't pay attention to his weight divisions. I know that Stevenson, the last fight, I didn't even look at the Valdez fight. I watched it afterwards. I didn't watch it live. I knew that Valdez was gonna get his ass beat. I never made a prediction video. I was never really interested, just like that. But when, like, even Tank's fights, most of them, not most of them, all of them, I've never been really interested, except for the Rolly Romero, because Rolly had a legitimate shot, and he still does. I explained it in my videos. He made a mistake, and that shit happens. In this fight, neither one of these guys are heavy punchers, but they got decent pop. I think Kambosos has a better pop, to be honest. If I had to pick who has a better pop between the two, I would say Kambosos. Yeah, Kambosos has a decent pop. Actually, with Kambosos, I think you would put him above average in his weight division. You guys can hear me? I don't know, because I'm moving away to get a lighter. Above average power compared to everyone else in the division. But Rolly has significant power. Rolly had the ability. Rolly just impatient and made a mistake. Or was he paid to do so? Still scratching my head on that one. I think maybe he was paid to do so, because the way he went about throwing those shots when he walked in, it's just pretty shady, bro. Like, you miss one shot and you go for another one, and then you close your eyes where you're about to get hit. You know that was the wrong move, and you kept, and you know you're dealing with a power puncher, right? You're like, ooh, I don't know, man. It's a toughie to swallow that one and say, he unintentionally did it. It was a mistake. You know what I mean? That's the way I went with it, because I don't want to be the conspiracy guy that says, every fight's fucking fake, or this fight's fake, or that fight's fake. Because I thought that was with the Canelo versus Bivol fight, where I picked Bivol to win. And hopefully I was saying he doesn't get robbed, and he didn't. Thank God, with the integrity of the sport, not because I'm a Canelo hater or whatever. I am a hater of Haney, that's for sure. I do not like Haney. I don't even like Stevenson, but I think Stevenson is better than Haney. Skillfully between these black kids, the best guy, skill-wise, is Stevenson. Tank is not as skillful. Haney is not as skillful. It's Stevenson that's better than both of them. All three. Out of the three, he's the best. And yeah, someone like Stevenson, if he moves up, he might give trouble. Might give trouble, because who's he fought? Like, much smaller dudes compared to him. He shouldn't be fighting in that weight division. But let's see if he makes the weight. Good for him. Let him fight in that weight division. Stevenson has skills. Stevenson does have skills. Better footwork than Haney. Better timing. Better a lot of things. But Kambosos, on the other hand, compared to these dudes that I just mentioned, the three black kids, let's just say that's how I like to call them now, has more grit, has more fight than all three of them, and he has skill, and he has speed, and he has timing. He has a complete package. You know what I mean? The only one that he lacks in skill from is Lomachenko. Lomachenko is the only dude that he lacks some skill from. He lacks Teofimo Lopez. Please, even if Teo was the same Teo that fought Loma, he would have still beat the shit out of that guy, bro. You know why? Because he is much more faster. If you watch the fight, and he has grit too. Something that Lomachenko, yes, Lomachenko has a dog in him. Lomachenko does not have the bigger dog compared to Kambosos. Kambosos is a bigger dog, but that's why he lost. That's why Lomachenko lost to someone like Salido, because every time he got hit in the body or the nuts, he backed away and he didn't bring it to him. But someone like Kambosos doesn't play that game. If tables were turning, Kambosos was there instead of Lomachenko. Different story, bro. But granted, Lomachenko's second fight was a championship fight. You can let that slide. But the bigger dog between the two, between Kambosos and Lomachenko, is Kambosos. Kambosos will fire back. Even when he's hurt, he'll fire back. And that's what made the fight with even when there was some rounds like the first round against Teo, maybe the 10th round. Teo only won like 3 to 4 rounds, 4 at best against Kambosos. I mean, it was just a complete boxing lesson to Teo. If you see his face, you'll know. Yeah, he put this kid in 5 days in hospital. He came up with bullshit ass excuses that it's pneumonia or there's some motherfucker. No, bro, you got your ass beat up so bad that they had to take you to hospital 5 days because something was wrong with you. Okay, all right. From the beating you took, not from your mental state. The beating you took, and that would have happened in any time. And I may add, Kambosos was not at his best neither. Like they say, Lopez was off his rockers. No, Kambosos was not at his best. You can see in the first round. That's not the Kambosos that I know of. He doesn't get hit that much. The very first round was the only one that I think he got hit the most. Even the round that he got knocked down in, he didn't get hit as much as the 9th round or the 10th round, I think, as the one in the first round. The first round he got hit, even though he dropped him, he got hit the most because I think he was like rusty or something because long layoff. Anyways, forget about all that shit. That's Teo and Lopez will never rematch him. Why didn't he rematch him? He could have rematched him, right? He could have rematched him, bigger money fight. Now people's eyes are even more glued to it. Why didn't he rematch him? Because he knew he could not beat this guy. That's why. That's the reason why. There's no excuses. Oh, he was not good enough. He was this. No. That's all bullshit, bro. Like, come on, let's be real. The guy would have rematched him if that was the case. You know what I mean? He didn't. Kambosos offered. He refused. Forget about it. It's a bigger money fight than this fight. Haney. Come on, bro. Seriously. Haney, on the other hand, is... Dude, if you watch him fight, bro, like... He's not a southpaw from, like... Is he a southpaw? No, he's not a southpaw. No. He's not a southpaw, bro. And he's so easy to hit, bro. Like, he is... Even Diaz, slow-ass Diaz, was able to touch him up. What do you think this guy's gonna do to him, bro? I don't think he's gonna knock him out because I think Haney's some people are saying that Campos is gonna knock him out. I don't think he will because Haney will run unless he's changed and he's got better. I would be surprised if he does knock him out. But the thing is, Cambosos has a lot of. He had ability to knock out Shelby. He didn't knock him out. It's because some guys depends on the fighter. Some guys will run around, and this is one of the dudes. Like Tank is another guy, run around. Haney is also a run around guy. Stevenson's also a run around guy. So if they get hurt and they're losing the rounds, they're gonna run around. They're not gonna push the pace. They're not gonna stand toe to toe. They're not gonna do that. That's why they call these guys bitches. They call them no balls. They always say these things about these fighters, all three of them, Stevenson and Haney and fucking Tank, because that's how they fight. They don't, when they get a little bit hurt, they don't want to stand toe to toe. They just want to run around the ring. That's what they do, and Haney is the worst out of all three of them. And Haney's the worst. He's not even better than Tank in boxing skill, honestly. To be honest with you, Tank is better. Stevenson's also better too. Stevenson, I told you, he's better than all three of them. I mean, all the other two, not all three of them. Out of the three, Stevenson's the best. Then comes Tank, and then comes Haney. That's how this shit works, and skill set wise. But the guy who has the most skills, the better skills, now doesn't always win because the fight is not only based on skills, also based on power. It's also based on stamina. It's also based on the mental status of the fighter. If he's gonna keep coming, or he's gonna like mentally break down after getting hit once, you know. But Kambosos beats him in all departments. They say he's less skillful than Haney. Dude, Kambosos wouldn't have been touched up as much as you got with Diaz. Diaz touched you up so much more than he should have. Like, realistically, you know what I mean? Diaz gave Gary Russell a decent fight. He only won 4 rounds though, but like he's really a slow fighter, you know, like predictable fighter too. Very predictable, Diaz. Jojo Diaz, that is. I like Jojo, but he's very predictable. So like that was how did he touch you up? I mean, and you claiming to be so great and everything is beyond me. You know what I mean? Like if people are, I don't know how they're ranking this, bro. Like I mean, you technically, if you claim to be whatever you're supposed to be, Haney, unless you were like not showing what you have, I guess. I don't know. So you can make Kambosos fight. Kambosos was gonna fight you either way. You know, Loma was a better challenge. Loma Ukraine fight never happened. So the Ukraine war, that is, and then you next is you. I mean, he was picking a more dangerous fight. Who the fuck are you, bro? Like you, for me to be impressed in skill, like for me in general, like I'm not talking about anyone else. I don't give a shit. You didn't do shit for me to be impressed. I mean, this fucking weight issue, weight missing, bro. That shit's all fucking scam from Bob Arum. Bob Arum wants Devin Haney to win. He makes it super fucking obvious. The scale shit was fucking all a scam. They fuck with the scales to make it harder for Kambosos to fight against Haney, but I don't think that's gonna make much of a difference because it was only in 2 hours he made. I think within a couple hours he made the adjustment. It's gonna take a lot more Haney to win, brother. If you're gonna play those games, if Bob Arum's helping you out, it's gonna take a lot more, brother, for you to win. A lot more, and you don't have what it takes. If your father coming around, is he gonna change any fucking thing? Tio's father was around right there too. It ain't gonna change shit, brother. It really is gonna change shit. You're gonna get your ass beat for 12 rounds. I don't think there's gonna be a knockout on this fight. If there could be knockdowns, I think maybe Kambosos drops him. But no knockouts. No knockouts. I don't think so. I think Haney survives. He keeps holding on and hope for dear life. But you never know. I wouldn't be surprised if there is a knockout. If there is a knockout, my prediction would be somewhere around maybe the later rounds, maybe 9, 10, something like that. You know what I mean? 9, maybe. I'll lean towards 9, you know. Possibly 10. Who knows? Around there. But I don't think so. I think he runs around if he gets hurt and he survives the rounds. Yes, you are flat-footed, like he said. Kambosos is right on the money. He's flat-footed, bro. And what he does is so fucking obvious, and that's why he gets caught with people like Linares and everything, is because he sticks his jab out. And when he sticks his jab out, he's trying to gauge the range of the guy that's in front of him. And when he does that, he stays there for too long. And instead of like reacting fast enough, which he doesn't have like Kambosos has, you know what I mean? The speed that he requires to dodge the shot coming in, he gets clipped right on the money. That's what happened with Diaz. He gets clipped on too. You can't do that with people that are power punchers like Tio. You can't do that with people like Tank. You can't do that with even Rolly Romero. You can't do that with any motherfucking guy like that, bro. If you do that, you are setting yourself for failure. You're setting yourself to get knocked the fuck out. And he keeps doing that in every fight. He's done that against Linares. He does that against Jojo Diaz. The only two fights that I can remember at the moment in time. I haven't watched the other fights because I don't give a fuck about Haney. After seeing those two fights, I don't really care about him. I only saw one fight from Kambosos, and that was a Lee Shelby, whatever his name, and that was enough for me to tell you that this guy has the goods. Especially uh, when I hear also the fact that he sparred with Pacquiao for a long, who knows how many rounds, and what else? People saying that he has pop, he's got grit, all that shit, and I investigated. I looked into it. Same thing with Rolly. I investigated, looked into him as well when I picked him, and he made a blunder. He made a mistake. Even though he won every single round, bruised the fuck out of the melon head of Tank, he got caught with some shot that he probably, who knows, was paid to do so. I mean, why the fight didn't take place last year? Ask yourself about that shit. It's kind of weird, bro. I don't know. Okay? I'm not saying for sure, but it's shady. You know what I mean? Like, it's really shady to me, honestly. Anyways, what was I gonna say? Yeah. So, last year, it's fucking ridiculous. It should have happened, bro. Like, that fight should have happened last year with the accusations of rape and everything, all that crap. That's fucking whatever. I don't really give a fuck. Whatever happened, happened. That rematch will never take place because 6 rounds. I knocked you in 6 rounds. So what? Povetkin knocked out fucking Dylan Wett in 6 rounds, but he was getting his ass beat for fucking 5 rounds. You know what I mean? Like, who gives a shit? You know what I mean? A challenge is a challenge, brother. I mean, mistakes happen in fights. There's a lot of fights like that. One guy's beating crap out of somebody for like 11, 10 rounds. He gets caught with one shot and it's done. You know what I mean? But I think Rolly, if he has a second shot, he definitely beats Tank. I think he learns from his mistake and he doesn't lean forward because reason why that impact was so heavy is because he went into it. Or else he wouldn't have been phased. He went into it. He went straight into that shit. Should have been. He should fix that. I mean, that's my my last video. Doesn't matter. Let's not talk about that anymore. It's not important. This fight, Kambosos Haney. I expect Kambosos to beat the crap out of this dude. He should probably win almost every single round. Almost every single round. If not every round, almost every single round. If he has like an off round where he's chilling and the other Haney takes a little bit of advantage, understandable. But usually with Kambosos, he wins almost every single round. Whoever he fights, even the split decision he had with Mickey Bay, he won almost every single fucking round. I think he only lost about maybe 2, 3, something like that. Same thing with Kambosos. With Lopez. He won every single round. The only rounds he lost is the one he got knocked down in, and maybe like the 2nd or 10th or something like that. That's the only ones he probably lost. I don't recall exactly. It was very minimal loss, legit. And this guy, he probably would win every single round with this dude because to be realistic, this guy ain't better than Lopez. That's why he was hoping that Lopez loses against Kambosos because he thinks he has a better shot against Kambosos than Lopez. How would you hope for that shit, bro? Like, it would be a big fight for you with Lopez and, hey, you. Why would you hope for that shit? That's why Kambosos calls this dude a fucking rat. You know what I mean? Not because of that, because he snitched on him, whatever. He said some stuff about, like, look, he's doing this. It's not much of a rat thing, but I understand why you call someone like that a rat. You know what I mean? I understand. He's not taking him serious and all that shit. He sends photos to Kambosos. He sends videos and shit. I mean, come on, bro. Like, anyway, after Kambosos beats Haney, I expect him to beat Loma as well. Yes, I said it. I expect him to beat Loma as well. You know why? Because I said it. He has skill. His skill is not as good as Lomachenko's. Lomachenko's is maybe I say 20%, maybe 25% better, but it's not the reason why he'll. That's not the reason why that's not the difference maker in the fight. The difference maker is the the speed. They're pretty much the same, the reflex wise and everything, foot movement. It's the grit. Loma is not gonna be bringing the. Once he gets stunned or hurt or anything like that, Kambosos is gonna bring the fight to him, and Loma's gonna back away, and he's gonna. It's gonna be a close fight, and I think close fight, not like a complete domination. No way in hell against Loma Kambosos, but he's gonna edge it out. Kambosos is gonna edge it out, and he's gonna beat Loma because of the grit. He's gonna bring it, and he's gonna take shots and deliver shots in the process. And he's not stupid. He's just not gonna walk into shots. He's a very talented fighter, uh, very skillful, very good in every aspect of the word except for power. He doesn't have immense power. If he did, man, I'll probably say he knocks out Loma, but he doesn't have that power. So it'll be a close fight between Loma and him. Not forget this fight, Haney. Haney is gonna dominate 12 rounds, a unanimous decision if they don't rob him. Because fucking Bob Arum has different plans. I hope they don't rob him. But with Loma, it's going to be a close fight, and he's going to maybe a split decision win over Loma. But that's a different story. It's been real. This is the Gypsy King. I'm out.